Happy St. Patrick's Day. 12 hours later, I'm back on 24th Street. Do my morning workout. As I was saying yesterday, daylight savings time messes us all up. It's dumb. But for me, it has the opposite effect. I'm a creature of habit, obviously, routine. And so I usually wake up at like 3-ish for a while and go back to sleep and then come back out at wake up at 5:36. Well, spring forward, 3:30 is 4:30, so I get up, but I'm not going to go out. And then the problem is I can't fall back asleep because I need to get out here and train. And so I'm out here. It's 5:30 in the morning, as you can tell, dark, and it's just kind of crazy. But the sun's now coming up later, and most people can't get up. And I'm the opposite because it messes with my daily rhythm and daily routine. So, oh well, I'm off today. Monday, Wednesday, Friday are usually easier days. I'm just going to do a 40 minutes, warm up here for a while, and then 40 minutes of 8 times 5 minutes run. So, we shall see. Don't think I'm DoorDashing either later today, which I will talk about later. They redid this street, and instead of putting a bridge to cross the street, 24th, they put in this stupid crosswalk with cars flying along 40 miles an hour. And you can hit this thing. And in theory, people are supposed to stop here. Now you can see it's red. There's 1, 2, the first 2 cars. Third car, kids are supposed to use that. Yeah, right. They redid this street, and instead of putting a bridge to cross the street, 24th, they put in this stupid crosswalk with cars flying along 40 miles an hour. And you can hit this thing. And in theory, people are supposed to stop here. Now you can see it's red. There's 1, 2, the first 2 cars. Third car, kids are supposed to use that. Yeah, right. Almost a year ago, I was out walking. Time change, it was dark, daylight savings. And this is where the grease was. You can still see there's some marks of it. Had good old John's Burger. So they did a Sunday cleaning, shoved all the bacon grease on the sidewalk, and I slipped and fell like the pratfall, and slipping on a banana peel. Did like a pistol squat on my left leg, and my calf was so jacked up I couldn't walk for weeks. That's how I ended up in the hospital at the end of April with the diagnosis of congestive heart failure. This is F Street, and good old DMV, and pretty sketchy at night because the city of Bakersfield just lets people sleep on F Street, even though it's a busy street and police are driving by every hour. And then, of course, this nice city serve church here, of course, doesn't house anybody. Big empty building that people could stay in. Done with my 8 times 5 minute run. Now just to cool down. So glad the city put in these things onto my bike path. Kind of a cool design that just kind of flops down. So very good, because we've had more and more people driving their cars on the bike path, almost like rush hour. We've always had walk-in camping along the river, but lately we've been having drive-up camping, which is very dangerous because this is a very well-used path, and the sun's finally coming up. Waiting for the weasel to get here soon. Cross river right there is a large encampment. So glad they're putting up those barriers. In fact, that was Bakersfield City code enforcement. So I think they're trying to police up at least this side of the river. The other side of the river, oh well. In fact, right across there, that triangle building, is where Dr. Doctor works, the heart hospital, who take care of me for my congestive heart failure. I get to see him again in a month or so. Really like to get off these beta blockers because I can't run hard. Can't get my heart rate over 120 on them, which is okay for training, but occasionally I still want to race. Though the race I just signed up for, the 25K up in Tehachapi, on some private property, I guess, and it's these concrete guys, and they just don't want people out there until the county says it's okay. And so don't blame them. Lawsuits are a thing, unfortunately. It's 40 degrees out here in Bakersfield, and I want to kind of show off this jacket I recently got, and I've been testing it out. It's from the 32 Degrees company, Heat Cool. It was, down-filled type of recycled materials, I believe. I'll put it in the show notes. Really like it. It keeps you warm. I like it because I can run, walk in it, and not have any issues. And like I said, it's very warm. In fact, as soon as the sun's coming up now, I'll have to probably take it off to finish my workout. But when I headed out at 5:30 in the morning, definitely still wanted to wear it. So that's it. Check them out. I don't get any money for them, but I do like the product, and it was like $30 on sale, and they always have crazy sales. It's kind of funny. I saw them on Instagram ads, and sometimes, some of these Instagram ads, I one time tried to buy this dog toy on there, and it was a piece of junk from China, and of course you couldn't get a refund, blah, blah, blah. So sort of leery, but really glad I've met this company, and I will definitely be buying more and more things from them. Definitely need to get some more gloves. In fact, I got this hat from a company I found on Instagram as well. Nice hat. It's got some reflector stuff. So, recommend it. It's parka. It's 2XL, which fits my 260-pound body very well and keeps you nice and warm. And heading back to the house, finishing up 13K. And this is, of course, John's Burger, where a year ago, walking in the dark after the time change, I slipped and fell right here on their grease. In fact, when my wife came to pick me up because I couldn't walk at all. In fact, I couldn't walk for 6 weeks. So the oil dispenser's over there, and there it is. And I slipped right there. You can still see it on there. So anyways, in fact, my wife went by 12 hours later after we called them, and it was still there. She took photos of it. That's what happened there. It's kind of, we went and talked to them. They didn't care. They blew me off. Did at least call the current health inspectors, and they said they went over and at least gave them a warning. And I'm back on, like I said, F Street. So hopefully I never get hurt again. That was the first time I've been hurt in 40 years of endurance training, and I totally understand injuries a lot better now than I used to. Finishing up my 14K. The sun is out. It's so nice not to be rushed. I know a lot of you have difficulty training because you're rushed with family, work, and other obligations. And, obviously me being 57, my kids are grown up, don't have that, and I work for myself. Speaking of working for myself, been doing DoorDash for a year or two. I started off with Lyft driving, which was just horrible. But DoorDashing has been good to me. Did a little bit of grub hubbing, but I think its time has come to put it on the back burner, especially since I found America's Card Room and been having some success on the poker tables again, playing for cash money like I used to. I played full time for about 6 years online and also at the Golden West Casino here in town, which I might go back to playing once this COVID stuff has ended. But DoorDash, if you saw yesterday, I was complaining about the horrible order I got from Burger King and going to a really bad neighborhood. And it's kind of like wear and tear on my car, wear and tear on me. I can put my energies to better use. Hopefully I'll get better at doing this video stuff. Thank you guys all for subscribing. I'd like to get more subscribers, mainly just because Google's now putting ads on people who aren't even monetized. So why not get me to 1,000, and then I'll get monetized, and I guarantee you I'll be putting the money back into the endurance community. So as always, stay healthy, be boring, not epic. And now for all you stat geeks, Just finished up my fast. I really like the Zero app. Kind of keeps track of your fasting. I used to do the 16-8, but it's a little bit tough. Might go back to it eventually, 16 hours off, 8 hours on. Right now I've been doing this like circadian one where it's like 13 on, off, and 9 on. And it's kind of trying to follow like the sunrise to sunset, that type of thing. So you can see here, I've had a current streak of 75 fasting. Longest, my 7-day fast, average 14 hours. Longest is 21 hours. And it really helps. It not only helps with kind of the weight management, but also just my hormonal levels. I really believe I sleep a lot better. Though I haven't been sleeping very well this week because of the daylight savings time change. Speaking of that, you can kind of see here, I'm already got 10 miles in for today. You know, my resting heart rate has been really elevated lately. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Maybe it's because I did that 100% week last week, big week. But you can kind of see here, the stats just been kind of creeping up. Of course, you can see last year, see that big peak over there back in April. That's when I went to the hospital with the congestive heart failure. So that was not any fun. So the resting, it's called resting heart rate past 30 days, that stuff. So that's that there. You can see my sleep has just been dreadful lately. Still getting good scores. Sleep score 82. Before I started getting on this medication for the congestive heart failure and stuff, my scores would be in the 70s at best. Sometimes I even get to 90s. And then, of course, my hours slept has really gone downhill lately. You know, like last week was 6.5. This week is 4.5. Damn daylight savings time. They say that it causes all kinds of problems, mental health issues, physical issues, accidents, and all that. We need to get rid of it. Well, you've got to be like Arizona. Arizona's got rid of it ages ago. Then the other thing, exercise. I always think this is entertaining. So even though I did, in theory, run 8 times 5 minutes, my Fitbit just says I did a 3-hour walk. But then yesterday, look at here, you can see elliptical. And that was, I was doing a 40-minute run, but my running's so slow it thinks I'm on an elliptical machine. So that's kind of a interesting little thing there. So that's the Fitbit, the fasting. I like the Garmin Connect. Got lots of great information. Like this little heat map they got here, kind of showing slower to faster, and 8.54 miles. And then the last thing I'll show you here is my Training Peaks app. I really enjoy it. Got the fatigue at 102, fitness at 120, form at 17. I should run a race because that form number is pretty dang good there. So that's the stats for all of you. And as always, stay healthy, be boring, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Like,